If you're a real estate investor, it's all about the numbers. Understanding the numbers, what you're going to be making, what your goal is. You got to write this stuff down because you don't want to be throwing shit on the wall and seeing what sticks. No, you want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, how much you're going to be in it for, and it has to make sense net profit wise. So let's say you're buying a property for $80,000. $80,000, you're putting 20% down, which is $16,000. So you're putting $16,000 down. With closing costs and everything, you're in it for 20. All right, so you're in it for $20,000. Your mortgage is going to be around $800. Let's just say $800. All right, $800, which is your PITI, which is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. You're in it for $800. Now you got to pay your mortgage. That's $800. The rent in specific areas, let's just say a 3 bedroom, 1 bath in Ohio, they're going for, let's say, $1,300. So $1,300 minus the 800 leaves you with $500 net profit, right? But now you have to take into consideration: are you going to be managing the property, or are you going to even have time to do that? If not, then you have to hire a property management company. They usually charge around 10%. So that's going to be $130 just by hiring them. So now 800 plus 130 is 930. So 930 minus, let's say, 1300, which is a gross rent, leaves you with a net profit of $370. If the $370 makes sense for you, then that's a good way to move forward. But if it doesn't make sense, and if you're trying to make around $500 like I am, I try to average around $500 per property that I own. So if it doesn't hit the $500 mark, then I'm not going to be buying the property. I don't care how good looking it looks, you know? It has to make sense on paper. And if it doesn't make sense on paper, it's not going to make sense in your bank account. So crunch numbers before buying a property. And remember, you're in it for the long run.